battery pack, so that makes no logical sense. But I am back here, and Distance to the Sun is now playing. That's why I came here, what I came here for, so. Oh dear. Gotta make sure my phone's charging this time. Ben, what are you even talking about? Like, you're just writing a bunch of nonsense that doesn't even make any sense. Lauren Pritchard is Lilith in the flesh? No, Lilith in the flesh I've met before, and well, I mean, technically Lilith will use a lot of different characters, but I've met the actual person who has manifested Lilith on Mount Shasta, and their name is not whatever the heck you just said. Lauren Pritchard. They actually go by Lilith because that's what their name is. Anyways. I don't even know what that message even says fully. It's like, anyways. I'll probably stay here for like a little over an hour and then head home. Hey, Expat Man, how's it going? What's up, Queen? Looks like a nice day. It is. It's a beautiful day here. I'm glad that there's a breeze going on, or else it'd be way too hot. Hi, Kyle. I was just saving more memes. Kyle just sent me a meme of a person holding hands with a monkey walking along and saying that it's an atheist taking their grandparent for a walk. It was pretty funny. Alright, just so you guys know what I'm smiling about here. I'm being entertained. Oh my gosh. I made a pilgrimage to save this human race. Never comprehend the race There are definitely some really interesting characters around here. They have drum circles sometime around Mount Shasta headwaters in the park, and you'll see these older people just like really out there on acid going at it pretty hard. It's kind of entertaining. Definitely a big hippie acid cult around here, like I was saying in my last live stream. The government will happily give us drugs if it keeps us pacified, right? One of the reasons for legalizing marijuana, I'm not against any plant, especially, like, that's the most ridiculous thing, but one of the reasons for them to legalize it is to try to pacify us. And of course, they're not promoting, a natural plant. They're promoting, chemically grown, commercially grown, unnatural things, just like always, right? Kyle, I've been in a mosh pit. I used to love to go to concerts and be in mosh pits. Like, in Ohio, there's this Christian music festival called Alive, and I remember going there and, like, being in the mosh pit for KJ52 and, Family Force 5 and Chris Tomlin and all of these, really famous Christian singers. Like, I've been in, oh my gosh. One of the days at Alive, we were in the mosh pit, like, we got really, we got front row seats. I think it must have been Family Force 5 or Toby Mac, actually. It could have been both. I want to say it actually might have been, to be honest, I've seen so many of them, it's like, I can't remember the exact one, but the headliner for that night was like really what I wanted to see, so I stood in the mosh pit at the front like all day, not leaving to get a drink or anything. Like, it was definitely a fun experience. I really like mosh pits. I also went to this, I went to this show at a bar once when I was younger, and this guy literally like picked me up and threw me into somebody else. It was a really intense experience. Adam I Am says, why there is booze everywhere. One of the most unhealthy things you can do is drink. While I am against spirits, I drink wine, vegan wine, preferably champagne. I'm not against, occasionally drinking, but obviously the way that it is promoted in this culture is basically as an escape and, getting trashed on shots rather than having a mimosa. There's trashy and there's classy, and obviously I am a mimosa sipper.
All right,
so.
that song never goes out of date. You gotta keep trying, you know what I mean?
Gotta keep an eye on it.
Kyle says, I'm afraid to get knocked out in a mosh pit, but I've been directly next to one. Yeah, it's definitely intense, especially the more people there is at that Alive concert. I think it's one of the biggest Christian music concerts or festivals that they put on. Like, there's 3 states, well, I'm saying there is, but I have no idea what it is nowadays. There was like 3 stages with tons and tons of bands, so it was like, especially at the main stage for the headliner bands, it was like so packed that if you can't breathe in those situations. It's like it gets really claustrophobic, but yeah. Kind of reminds me of that Astro World psyop that they tried to promote. Like, when I was watching videos of the situation, it made me panicky because I've been in a mosh pit situation like that before. But I don't personally believe that they actually killed anybody. The survivors' parents, one of them couldn't even produce a real tear. I've not even lost a kid, but the thought of losing a kid, if I sat here and thought about it for long enough, I'd start crying. I wouldn't be able to separate my emotions from it. So it's like everything that we see on TV is a psyop. Nothing is real, pretty much. And that's this whole reality, unfortunately. X-Patman says, I agree, they want us pacified. Yep. All these different psyops to do that as well. And all of the protests and stuff, like when the George Floyd psyop happened, all of the BLM protests that were organized, they use these as an outlet to get all of that energy to have humans blow off steam. Adam I Am says, are you real? Yes, I am probably the only real girl that you've ever seen through a screen before, unless of course you've seen your sister or your mom or something. And I have plenty of videos and pictures showing off my female flaring hips. So anybody that's trying to say that I'm not, you better transvestigate them because they're the invert, not me. X-Patman said no one died. PSYOP, all the planned events going all the way back to Sandy Hook. All the Bang Bang events never end. I agree completely. The powers that be know that karma is real. They know that if they go out and kill somebody, then there's a certain amount of bad karma that's coming for them. And so that alone prevents them from directly killing, even though it's kind of a complicated subject. Inverts aren't allowed to directly kill because they fall under Satan's contract with God, and Satan isn't allowed to directly kill. He gets humans to kill each other, right? He gets us to be inspired to go to war, or every divisive way that we can divide and conquer humans, whether it's race or a country or whatever. If they can fuel that to the point where we actually start killing each other, they're laughing because we're doing it to ourselves and they're not doing it at all. And then, along with these psyops, it's even funnier when humans are terrified of, mass shooters or Muslim terrorists or any of these other things when they weren't real in the first place, right? These school shooters, real humans don't do that. It's just a Hollywood production.
Anybody remember the band Men Without Hats?
No, but they were probably ladies.
Yeah,
hey Nathan, how's it going?
Number, you can't tell anybody about that one, it's secret.
That's not funny.
Alright. If you haven't guessed yet, we play a couple 80s songs. That one, I believe, was way back from the 60s, right?
Still haven't seen one mask yet, so that's pretty exciting.
So we're going to do what is
Lyle says nearly every mass shooter is a psyop. I don't believe there is one real one. So if you can find a real one, I challenge you to find me one real mass shooter. Because they're not real. It's all a psyop. But I also have seen YouTube channels that cover true crime stories. They're all fake. Inverts, all the time. Like, I've not found one real news story in the mix of them. Obviously, they do have, you know, in your local news, they'll cover sports and local news, so you will find some real humans on there sometimes, but on the you know, mainstream media, the bigger sites, it's all inverts every time. Turn you around so you can see everything really quick. Of course, the beautiful Mount Shasta. Hey! You are so cute. Luckily, I don't even bother with the shiny box anymore regarding news or most entertainment. It's hard to undo once you know. I don't have actual TV, but I do like to occasionally watch on YouTube people covering true crime just to see what kind of stories are put out there. They do come up with some very interesting crime stories to entertain us. But yeah, I definitely agree. The TV is just completely garbage. I wouldn't. When I have a child, we're not having a television. Adam says, looks dead, but chill and fun. There's actually quite a lot of people, but not necessarily right here because it's all sunny. I'll scan around here. It's kind of like, there's a bunch of people over there and down here and stuff, so it's actually pretty busy, but it's just that they really fail when they put the stage right here in the sun where nobody, well, I guess I shouldn't say nobody because there's obviously people out there dancing now, but. I'd want to ride the Cars ride for sure. That's funny.
Hey, I like this song with the word hey.
Thank you, dancers.
There are some pretty fun rides here. I didn't come here to ride rides today, though.
I'm going to take this time to tune because...
What are your thoughts on all the Crisis Act horrors that go into the PSYOP? Like, where the heck do they apply for that? The local Masonic Lodge or anyone of this? I think that they're like inverts, and, you know, it's just... Being an invert, like, kind of lets you in on this whole network of, you know, whatever, and they're in every town. So just like everyone's like really hyped up about Freemasons. Well, Freemasons just one one group that inverts have infiltrated and corrupted, and inverts are like in every town, in every city. They a lot of times flock to professions where they can groom your children, which is absolutely terrifying. But yeah. Yeah, I don't really believe that real humans are the ones that are going in for the crisis acting jobs. But they do use real humans like assets. Let's say if you were to get into some legal trouble, then the CIA or other alphabet soups could come along and basically offer you a lesser sentence or whatever so that you do what they want you to do. Like the acid cult around Mount Shasta is some of these clowns. So hi Dim Bulb, how's it going? I also wanted to mention for anybody that's like coming to meet me, don't make it awkward, just come up and like introduce yourself, like I'm so and so from whatever, and you know, yeah, someone tried to say hi to me over there, I'm like, I don't even know who you are. A lot of profiles that I interact with don't even have faces, you know, let alone like I don't know. Well, certain dark matter will start and have been making people more aggravated. I think dark matter is like basically a cover up for dark souls maybe. I'm like, I don't know about that. Lots of weird things and small shootings that going on. Yeah, they're definitely trying to amp up with the gun control and all of that, especially before the depopulation fully kicks off in famine. You know, when famine comes, if they can have our guns by then, that would make them a lot safer, right? They want to pacify us, and the writing's on the wall. Like the famine's coming down. Antimatter, I don't really believe in that. I think that's like sci-fi. There are souls that are antimatter. They're not allowed inside this realm because when they do come in, they seek to end physical existence. And I walk these streets in spectacle, welcome poverty. I think so. Yeah, I was gonna say people have been taking it. Yeah, I think there might be cold stuff in that tub right there. And I walk these streets in the madhouse, as I know they can be. It's not a matter of believing its duality. If life can be created, this is the undoing. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. I've been blind, I've been lost inside myself and my mind. I really trust my intuition, so when I hear things that just don't ring true, I kind of go with my gut on it. Hasn't led me astray thus far, so. Have I been wrong? Have I been wise to shut my eyes and play wrong? Hypnotized, paralyzed, what my eyes have found. By what my eyes have seen. I'm looking around. I am 28. I'll be 29 in September. It's interesting to see the firefighters around as we are getting closer to wildfire season. Last year, the night that the lava fire started, I'm pretty much always approached by firefighters and cops and whatever, like at the beginning of the night when I go up to Mount Shasta to set up my full moon celebration and all this stuff. Usually the firefighters come and make sure that if there's any fire restrictions, you know, we have a little chat, I guess. I'm just in this chair. It's okay. And also the cops. So I'm used to dealing with all of these official people, I guess. But anyways, my point was that last year I was getting ready for the I was getting ready for the celebration, and some contracted firefighters came up to me. It's like the the powers that be had already contracted firefighters from out of the area, right? And then that night, the lava fire starts. Hopefully they play a fun song next.
All right, what a carnival we got here, huh?
Thank you. Yeah, and that carnival.
I think Natalie Merchant wrote that song just for today. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm sure she did. She told me.
It was a pretty peaceful day. I think they're keeping this stuff going until midnight. I'm definitely not going to stay. I got things to do tomorrow. I got more cooking to do and all of that. I made over 100 burgers, so yeah. I still got a lot more stuff to do. I make burgers out of potatoes, carrots, onions, leeks, garlic. I think that's all that comes in. And I've had people that aren't vegan say that they couldn't even tell that it was vegan. And I've had people say that I'm the best cook that they've ever had the pleasure of eating from. So I'm really pretty excited about that. I was never into cooking before I went vegan, but now out of necessity, I kind of have to be. Like, hi Renee, happy Flatter Day. Thank you, and to you too. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. It's really nice out here. It's on the basis that they had the last time. Solo, but how's it be? Forced to live like we do. When that's on my knees, when I see what they've done to you, when the eyes are standing here today, knowing the deep in my heart, they're there to ruin one day for making us fall. It's really good, Renee. I'll have to post the recipe so that you can make it yourself. Of course, you can always come out to my full moon celebration and actually I can make it for you, which would be even better. Kyle, we're talking about making vegan burgers, which you'll get to try on Wednesday. I know, I'm making myself hungry right now. I'm like, I want to go home and eat them, but then I have to go and make even more if I eat them.
I think we've all been on the chain gang for the last couple of years. I know I have.
I don't even know the
I got scars around my ankles.
chain gang.
Dragging them all around.
Not me, Greg. No, I've been living free.
The ball and chain gang. Ooh, I'm eating a huge bowl of honeydew. That sounds really tasty.
I'm not a number. I'm free man.
Kyle, are you pretty much raw vegan then? You pretty much like are always telling me that you're eating fruit. I would love to be raw vegan. I just have a really serious addiction to food, and it's like one of the things that brings me pleasure in life where everything else is like not. So it's like very comforting, and yeah, definitely not where I want to be, but I am getting there. It's not as important to me at this exact moment because it's just myself that I'm hurting. But when I have a child, I want to be raw vegan, like from the beginning, before I'm even pregnant. Not exactly, maybe more 70% raw vegan. I do love my chickpea wraps. Nice. I was on vacation to Ohio visiting my family, and my dad was laughing about how quickly I devoured the vegan burger that I ordered at dinner. And he's like, "You're vegan, you're not supposed to like burgers." I said, "Dad, I'm not vegan because I don't like the taste of burgers. That was pretty much the only thing that I ate growing up, like burgers and french fries. That was my choice, I should say, and not like all that I ate. I just have a moral issue with it. So if I can have the same thing that I already love and I'm addicted to in a vegan version, then what just happened? I'm glad she didn't dump their beer on me. The Ohio Diet Burgers. Yeah. My mom fed us a well-rounded, meal, but when I was out on my own, basically I just did burgers and fries a lot. I was definitely not into cooking until I went vegan and needed to figure out how to make my own vegan cheeses. Hi Jane, how are you? I like homemade minestrone soup. Interesting, Kyle. I've had it before. I mainly stick to cheesy broccoli soup and vegetable soup. So my favorite. Jane is good. Thank you. You look amazing as usual. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you're doing well. Thank you for jumping on the live chat and saying hi. It's a really beautiful day here. They're having a big carnival. I'll scan around. The pool is actually open, well, at least it was. I don't know if it is anymore, for free swim. So there was a lot of people that came here to enjoy that. There's some vendors down here, some bocce and horseshoes. And look at beautiful Mount Shasta. What is more beautiful than that? The Full Moon Festival is a celebration under the full moon. It's kind of like something that was already happening here around Mount Shasta before I came to the area. And over the years, I've kind of taken over and started to host the event. And like the first event that I went up there, nobody was really in charge. They certainly didn't have any food. So over time, I have taken over, and like I said, I make a huge buffet of vegan food. I even have like legitimate catering equipment. I used to work in catering before. So I have all of this equipment to set up like a really fancy event up there on Mount Shasta. We have a fire. People usually bring like instruments. We hang out. So it's really fun. Really a clear sky. You can see the moon and all of the stars. It's absolutely beautiful. Minestrone soup is pretty much vegetable soup with white beans and kidney beans. To be honest, I am not a fan of beans. I'm a really picky vegan. So sorry to disappoint. I know, Kyle, I'm sorry. Smells like salsa. When I first went vegan, I didn't do any of like the fake meats and stuff. I basically stuck to this potato and carrot cheese that I made, and I lost a lot of weight and got really unhealthy, but yeah. That happens when you are pretty much starving yourself. James says, do you sing ever, Anana? Yes, I do. On the mountain and sometimes at little events like this, if there comes on something that I want to sing to. I started singing from a really young age, so yeah, I even have music notes tattooed behind my ear here. So yeah. I also play piano and guitar and can play bass and drums as well. And I would love to learn how to play the violin. Maybe in the future.
Pretty one here for you. I know what you're thinking.
How do we go about that?
The same person trying to get on my live feed. Maybe I should just say, hey, would you like me to put your face here? Oh, you used to play the violin. That's so cool. Love songs are my favorite, by the way. Kyle says I'm gonna have to send you some memes of good benefits of beans then. The benefits aren't gonna change me, dude. I can't get past the taste or the texture in my mouth. Like, there's a lot of things that are beneficial for us to eat that I'm not even gonna let cross my lips. Hey Lee, how's it going? Yeah, I don't like eat kale or spinach. I mean, I'm not against kale and spinach if it's in a salad or something, but I don't eat like, I'm not really a healthy eater, which is one reason why I want to go raw vegan. I want to mainly stick to fruits and vegetables. I love fruits anyways, so I got a sweet tooth. The only problem is that I've eaten so much processed sugar over my life that it tends to like ruin the deliciousness of a fruit. So I definitely don't want to do that to my own future children. Like, I want them to be a clean slate and just eat what they're supposed to eat from the beginning.
Who's going hanging up when you go?
I love to hear the piano. Me too, Jane.
Who's gonna pay attention to your dreams?
Oh, so sweet.
And who's gonna love
I'm not being sarcastic. I actually do think it's sweet. I'm a hopeless romantic. James says your body works perfectly when not eating the rubbish they've instilled on us. It heals itself. Absolutely. Which makes it even more crazy that people think that it's like an evolved an evolved thing over time, right? It's like you're living in a self-healing machine. That came from an intelligent designer. It's really quite obvious. Weird noise. Not only does your body work properly when you're not putting junk in, the aging process is a lot more slowed down when you're eating properly. Take a piece of meat, for example. People are raving about it. It's great proteins in it, right? Meat has complex proteins in it, right? Versus fruit and vegetable that have simple proteins in it. When you eat an apple, your body can take those simple proteins and immediately go to town to build up and the opposite, when you are eating these complex proteins, your body actually has to break them down first into simple proteins and then use them to build. So it's extremely taxing on the system. So that alone, leads to prematurely aging the machine that you're living in, right? And that doesn't even include all of the spiritual consequences of going out and prematurely killing other beings for that, which you do it to them and it happens to you. So you end their life prematurely and your life ends prematurely, right? I gotta go looking after a friend's dog. Oh, thanks, Lee, for joining, and hopefully you have fun.
Thank you.
Ex-Patman says, yep, I just got cut open the other day. 1 hour surgery. Oh my gosh,
That's a good thing.
that's sad. I don't believe in any of these,
The clouds.
I don't trust any doctors to even get near me with a knife, so yeah. Everything is pretty much unnatural. The whole concept of going in and cutting things out of the body or putting things in, you're going to cause damage in the long run, because it's just, the machine works perfectly as it is by itself, and you're only just going to cause problems. So the whole medical industry, as I've said many times before, needs to be revamped to incorporate natural healing, knowing that the body heals itself if you just get out of the way and let it do its thing. So
I like to hear a choir of voices on this one.
let's see what they sing.
You will know it, guaranteed.
And the body actually heals faster the more pure your diet is as well. Hey Kevin, how's it going? I am enjoying the time here. Distance to the Sun is playing, and Kyle, that's not good. Drinking too much Mountain Dew and eating too much Taco Bell. Wow, that'll definitely do it, won't it?
Well, Jenny, can I talk to you?
The only thing that I've had taken out is wisdom teeth, and I definitely regret that. Like, it causes problems to the overall system that your body is, and it's really a bummer that I didn't know this back in high school. But at the same time, if I would have fought it, my parents would have just made me do it anyways, right? Like, you have to go get cavities filled, you have to go get the wisdom teeth taken out, like, you have to do what the doctors and dentists say, or that's just, my mom's in the medical industry, so she's like not at a point where she questions anything at this point, unfortunately. She does question the jabs and the mask thing, so that's good. At least people are starting to wake up, but yeah. Jane, I'm really sorry to hear that.
I tried to call you before, but I lost my number. I tried my imagination, but I lost it still. Jenny, I got your number. I won't leave it behind.
You were born without them. Okay, interesting. Lyle says her human body naturally has microdoses of some psychedelics. Part of body's self-healing ability, maybe. I wouldn't doubt that there are mechanisms within our body to release different chemicals to cause different reactions naturally. Like, even at childbirth, there are chemical reactions that are naturally there to form that bond with the child. Like, more intense and pleasurable experience than any drug, like a high, not like a sexual pleasure. That's creepy. But like a high, higher than any drugs that you could ever be on. So obviously, them giving people different medications, epidurals and all this stuff is gonna stop that from happening and cut off that natural reaction that should take place, and that's really sad. Epidurals and all this other stuff can also obviously cause birth complications when there doesn't need to be. The birthing process is completely natural. It's not a risk to you unless you have made yourself a risk by being completely unhealthy, right?
8675309.
Do they take requests for playing music? I'm not really sure. I think they might might have a set list. So if they ask, what do you want me to ask? Natural painkillers, adrenaline, etc. Yes, exactly, Jane. Expat Man says monkeypox. What a clown world we live in with the creeps running the show. I completely agree. But I also have been expecting them to release more diseases, right? They're in the middle of
I can't remember my
just gonna smell something really good. In the middle of a depopulation agenda event, so not only having COVID, which is coronavirus deliberately mixed with HIV, right? That spike protein that they rave about using in the jab is the spike protein from HIV. So everyone's shooting up HIV, right? So now you have immunodeficiency issues on top of all of the other psyops, right? We got chemtrails, we got 5G, we got more viruses being put out. Like, just a constant bombardment of new things to try to kill us off. I've been falsely accused of being pro Big Pharma because I speak the truth about viruses. So, like, if you actually listen to what I say to avoid Big Pharma like the plague if you can, because that's the only way that you're going to survive. They don't know anything about that.
Excuse me, darling.
How's it going?
How we doing?
Good.
I couldn't help but notice you.
Okay, well, I'm on YouTube Live right now.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm live streaming.
Live streaming to what?
Myself.
Oh, well now you.
And then we have the
cowboy going. All right.
Yeah, and I got the stage in the background, so people are talking to me and I'm answering their questions and.
Oh, sweet.
You know, yeah.
Well, now.
John, what are you talking about?
We got.
Yeah.
My name's Ken, by the way.
What was it?
My name's Ken.
Ken?
Yes.
Inanna.
Anna.
Inanna.
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 I-N-A-N-N-A.
Oh, Ayana.
But with an N. Inanna.
Inanna.
Perfect.
All
A
right.
lot of people struggle with it. It's all good.
What's Russian?
Sumerian.
All right. Oh, and I like that.
Thank you. Slapis Lazuli.
Yes. Yep. I recognize it. That's a pretty good job.
Thank you.
Ayana.
Inanna.
All right.
It was nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have good luck with that live stream. Here we go. Oh, yeah. There you go, girl.
Yeah, John, what are you even talking about? I might only have 3.89K subscribers, but there are a lot more people watching. I have the largest transvestigation group on Facebook, which is over 12,000 people. So I have a really large following, even though people are not courageous enough to hit that subscribe button for whatever reason. A lot of stop talking about the jab. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I try to like walk on pins and needles when I talk about it, but yeah. If I do get a ban, I've already been on the 7-day ban, so I'm not really sure how YouTube escalates their bans. I have one community guideline strike already, so yeah. If anything does happen, I'll just live stream on Facebook. Jane says that the Marburg virus is the latest one that clowns have released. Okay, I've not heard of that one before, but yeah, I'm not really surprised that they're sending more out. Hi, McWee Pop. How's it going? I agree. It's not really along with the vibe of the mood, right? Kind of killing it. That guy that just came up to me, you see, I've had people that like know me from online and they'll just come up to me and expect that I recognize them. I'm just like, do I know you? Like, I don't know. So yeah, please let's just, if you are watching this and you plan to come beat me or whatever, like, don't assume anything that I recognize you because... definitely have courage to come up to me like that when they have been drinking, and he definitely had been drinking. So. Anyways, you can kind of talk about the jab and other things to a certain extent without getting banned, from what I've realized and experienced. But they did take down my, I did a live stream last year when they had a gathering in Mount Shasta to protest the masks, I guess. And I live streamed, and I actually walked around and talked to different people and got, like, even nurses' opinions, and they took down my live stream. Not really surprised, but, you know. I really respect that you speak out, Anana. You're never afraid. Yes. There are some times that I bite my tongue, but it's usually for a good reason. It's not because I'm afraid. It's because, you know, sometimes you have to play the cards that you're dealt wisely.
Just a reminder, we got a big hunk of time to fill up here. We can do it. But we're going to take a little break. We're going to do one more. And we got a funky DJ coming up.
Like, basically, I could go up there and tell everybody the truth about inverts and all of this other stuff, right? But it's not going to actually make my path to the golden age stronger by doing that. Like, I have to do what I have to do to get to where I'm going, and that involves playing my cards right, so to speak. What would you guys like? So. It looks like you want the West is in California, or where specifically are you talking about?
Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. Boys are back. Boys are back. Boys are back in town. Boys are back. Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. Boys are back. Boys are back. Boys are back in town. Boys are back. Boys are back.
Plays guitar, or if he's just an air guitar player. That's funny, Kyle. X-Pat says they plan to reside outside of the United States. Okay. Any specific place? Black Panther said they take down YouTube channels of big-time MZs as soon as they start talking truth. Personally, I don't trust any big-time channels. There are a lot of, you know, they want to control both sides of the argument, so they give us these doctor heroes that are only against this one jab, right? They probably give all the routine jabs to children. They probably are promoting all different surgeries and all of this other crap. They're just being presented to you as a hero because they're against one single jab, you know what I mean?
Friday night, they be dressed to kill. Not like the weed.
Black Panther, I like my guns too, so there's not another country that I'd even want to live in when, like, where can you have what you can have here. Obviously, we have a lot of bad with that, but at least I have guns and I can protect myself, you know?
Back in town, the boys are back. The boys are back. The boys are back in town. The boys are back. The boys are back.
John, I'm not really sure.
Thank you guys so much.
Kyle, that's cool. I think it'd be really awesome to have a lion friend.
Enough time for Dave to powder those sweet cheeks of his. Sweet cheeks, Dave. DJ Hire, I heard of this cat.
We got DJ Hire playing now in our absence. We'll see in a bit.
No, no one's here with me. I'm by myself. I'm filming, yeah. People expect me to be with other people. It's like, no. Siamese fire points are my favorite. I really do not know what that is, Kyle. Get up on stage. I think that they have the lineup already set up here. But next time that I go to Reno, they have this really awesome, like open mic night at this bar on Monday nights, and I like I long for that kind of community. It's just like they had a setup and you could sign up to go and sing and play guitar or whatever you wanted to do, and it's just like a really family type feeling almost, where people are like, you know, just jamming together. Just really something that I long for. Unfortunately, it is controlled. Everything in this world, unfortunately, pretty much is controlled, and these types of organized events for humans to come out and be entertained, you know, are organized usually by inverts, so it's a bummer. This guy should have had his, let me turn you around to see what I'm looking at here. We got this DJ on the end here setting up his business. Anyways, my point was that I am planning on taking my guitar to Reno the next time that I go, and I'm really quite excited about it. So, yeah. I probably will end up taking my guitar on the mountain, but I'm not sure. You know, it all really depends on the situation, if I'm inspired to. It is, like I was saying earlier, it's not always, the events are always different. There's always different crowds of people, and just sometimes I'm feeling it, and other times I'm not. So, yeah. Inverts on the rise. Invest in moon bump stock. LOL. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you want to be part of the deception, I guess. But what is being referred to there, for those who don't know, is the fact that the clowns in Hollywood pretend to be pregnant. They put on moon bump bellies. They're pretend women. They're not real, so they have to go through these various lengths to try to deceive us. There's a video of Beyonce, Boy Once, going into this interview, and he leans over and his whole supposed pregnant belly just scrunches up. Like, that is not a real pregnant belly. Like, ridiculous. Yeah, Expat Man, did you ever say where you were thinking about going? I didn't really see that in the chat here. Bio says, heard there's an energy absorber under the seats in movie theaters. That's an interesting theory. I've never heard that before. Not sure that is the case. But movies can definitely be used to harvest our energy. There are other species like the Jinn, the beings of smokeless fire, and if you've seen Monsters Incorporated, the whole concept of them going in and scaring the child, and then this energy, battery thing gets filled up off of that energy. It's the same concept that they feed off of our energy, and it's whether it's good or bad energy. Like they can eat off of our happy feelings, but for most of them, the negative feelings are much more tasty. And a lot of people being addicted to adrenalized flesh can kind of understand that concept of this high energy in the negative category giving you an extra high rather than the high that you get off of happiness. But yeah, anyways, when it comes to movies, even music and stuff, it's like if there's a scary movie and humans are, their hearts are racing and they're feeling all that adrenaline, that fear and stuff, it's like there are entities that are sitting there eating vampiring off of you. I personally think like there's a certain amount of that we just consent to by being in this world. Like it's kind of like a person that goes up on stage and they're like consenting for their energy to, like, the crowd to kind of like have their energy, you know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing. Like, we're in the True Man and True Woman show. We are the ones on the Earth stage of being watched and judged. And, we consent to this situation by coming into this world. We play a game of consent. Everybody consents to coming in here. And frankly, you can leave at any time via death. So as far as the people saying this is a prison, it's like, what kind of prison do you agree to go into and you can leave at any time? That's ridiculous. Obviously, I do not promote suicide at all, so don't take me out of context. I think that your soul chose to come here for a reason, and suicide is the most clown behavior that you can do. It's like you chose to come here, and then you took yourself out early before you even accomplished what you came to do. So it's definitely a shame that it is pushed, and understandable that it's pushed, right? The enemies of humanity get a kick out of humans giving up in any kind of way. Like, obviously, giving up on life completely is the most of the giving up, right? But if like you're fighting for something, if you really want something, and like you face some adversity or some troubles on the path, it's like if you're like this close to achieving what you set out to do, that is the funniest for them when you give up. So they make it to a point where there's always a way to manifest our reality. It just depends on the adversary that we receive, and the strength with which we fight back against it, right? Anything is possible. This reality, literally, Sophia will respond to your will. By willpower alone, we can manifest anything. And, that is obviously exciting because we can change the world, but there's a lot of souls that are fighting for that status, and a lot of them, the status of being the one that's manifesting the world, and the powers that be are all joined army behind Satan. They're unified against us, and real humans are completely disorganized. Like even when there is a leader in front of them promoting a golden age where they can be free, where their children are protected, they still spit in my face because they would rather go and consume the flesh of the innocent. It is so frustrating. Especially truthers. Truthers want to sit here and complain about the powers that be feasting on us while they feast on every other species. Like, make the connection. Use that brain that made you, wake up to flat earth and all of these other truths and make the connection, Obviously, people struggle with this because of their own addictions and different psyops, but it's so fundamental that a child could understand that if we use our free will to enslave other species, to eat them, to use and abuse them, that same exact behavior should be done to us. Okay. X time in says wherever the US dollar goes further. Okay. Lyle says gin in a box under the seats, then digitize it or something. I don't believe that they're actually in boxes, but you know, they're all around us. So I was wondering when this DJ was, I'm like, is this what the DJ is doing or what? Okay. We agree to be actors on this TV show. Yeah, something like that. Cloud Panther says, I'm on your side, I just don't see them all as inverts. Is Bruce Willis a woman? Keanu Reeves. I mean, you know, I'm not being out of line. Yes, they're all inverts. There is not one real male on that TV for me to lust over. Not that I want to, I'm just saying it's like, they're all fake. And that's what makes it funny. Like, there's so many jokes on us to make us the clowns, right? So we have all of these girls looking at these supposed hunks in Hollywood that are actually girls who have their periods, right? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger has a period. I mean, she might be too old for it now, but she did, right? On the opposite side, like I was saying before, all of the females that you see on TV are men. Like, so, except for Bruce Gender Bender, who was actually born female, inverted for the Olympics, and now has reverted back for the show. There's a lot of outed inverts that are actually double flipped to add even more confusion to the pile. Leah Thomas, for instance, that giant swimmer. Something smells good. The very large swimmer is actually a female who inverted to male and now is back to female, and they're in taking part in a sport that's completely rigged. They're actually swimming against MTS, biological men. So it's like Leah Thompson is a girl who is swimming against men, and then even truthers who apparently don't remember that hips are the golden standard for sex discrimination are crying about it. It's just like, even in my transvestigation group, I'm like, do you guys not remember how to transvestigate? This thing literally has female flaring hips, so you only look like a clown, right? Anyways, Cloud Panther says, I want to head to Eastern Europe to find a wife. Beautiful woman with old world values. I feel like American women are off limits. It's unfortunate that so many American women have fallen prey to these agendas, and yeah, there's different psyops, like I've said before, like against females and males to make us both sexes the worst versions of themselves possible, so that we will be intolerable to each other, will be repulsed, and then ultimately will go and seek after the same sex, which will make us all even more unhappy than it would be in a relationship with the opposite sex, right? They try to promote this homosexuality as such a great thing, but no one is happy in those lifestyles. They might tell you that they are, but honey, nobody is happy in those lifestyles. They have drug issues, alcohol issues, abusive issues, especially lesbian, getting drunk and beating each other up. Like, there's elephants in the room that people don't want to talk about. So, yeah. Cloud Panther says, Nana, that is a strong stance to take. Yes. So Leah Thomas really is a woman. Yeah, they actually have a picture of they pulled their bathing suit up over their hips, like purposefully wearing their bathing suit unnaturally to show off their hips. Like, I put a picture of them next to me before, and the reason that I'm wearing my shirt in the same manner is only because I was originally putting myself next to Tory Black, who is an MTF, who did the same. They like to pull up their sides of their shirt, their bathing suits, and just really, anyways, I'll post the picture onto my community page after we're done here. But the point is that Leah Thompson or Thomas, or whatever the heck their name is, I don't even care, went out of their way to make sure that their hip bones were visible, just to make sure that the joke was extra in our faces. And even the transvestigators are like, you know, confused. But then again, the majority of the transvestigation community is inverts. They want to make sure that they know what we know, so they know if they're still passing. Pretty much the whole truther community is like invert central. It's very discouraging. One of the reasons why I started going into the chess community, because I know that they're like the human population is the majority of the chess community, right? Like completely opposite than the truther community that is majority inverts. So I've been scouting for actual real humans to wake up and to, you know, join the army. Real humans need to wake up and get their heads out of the sand. Chess players especially pride themselves with their intelligence, so it's really like, how do you not understand flat Earth? It's such a simple truth to grasp, but I do understand that the programming is very deep and very deep into the space programming, especially, you know, boys wanting to be astronauts and all of that stuff. Tends to be more of a masculine focus or push, right? Well, at least from my experience, I don't know. I never had any desire to be an astronaut. Like, anyways. Cloud Panther says, Anana, whoa, all the more reason why I say American women are absolutely off limits. Yeah, well, I'm an American woman and I'm not like them, so it's not like a broad brush that you can just plant everybody as the same. I can't stand the feminist stuff. I can't stand the abortion stuff. Like, I can't stand sexual degeneracy, so I'm completely raised differently than other people. Shane says, I used to play chess with my dad. Oh, that's so cool. He taught me from being young. I remember playing with my dad from at a young age, but I never, like, you know, he never actually took me further into the chess game and taught me how to play. Kind of happy about that, because the way that chess is taught is clownery, and, you know, it's just, yeah, I'm happy to be in the situation that I'm in now. X-Time Man says, women like Inanna are rare. I would love to meet a truther female to get together, but it's tough. I agree. Plus, marriage in the U.S. is not my thing. Marrying the U.S. government. I completely agree with that. I don't plan on ever signing documents to go and plead for them to allow me to marry someone. It's just like, first of all, you guys let degenerates marry each other, so you have no room to even tell me anything. Like, you guys are degenerates yourself, so I don't see why you think that you can tell me what to do in any way, shape, or form. A dude in a dress gonna try to boss me around. Huh, that's funny. People are brainwashed and we can't help those who are unable to wake. Good night, Queen and Honest Snow. Good night, John. Thanks for joining. And Kyle says, if you can swim, you could be an astronaut, right? We should go up to the lifeguards and tell them they should all switch over to NASA. For those of you who don't know, NASA has a giant swimming pool with a ISS, you know, inside of it. So when they want to do their spacewalks, they put on their little diving suits and they go into the swimming pool, and then they use green screen and other technology to make you think that they are in space, right? Hi, Full White. How's it going? Interesting name. Cloud Panther says, I've encountered even violent opposition to flat Earth people get really mad, like in a frenzy, want to take it outside. It's totally nuts. But I'm part of AZ. That's in a part of Arizona that's kind of hard. That's really interesting that they would actually want to take it outside. It's like, listen, buddy, if you want to believe in Santa Claus, go right ahead. Like, I'm definitely not willing to fight over it. At this point, I don't even care to debate about it. It's just like, believe whatever you want. I'm here for the people that are ready to wake up, and that's in any area of debate. I'm like, I just don't have the time to argue anymore. Just... Full White says, what do you think the agenda of non-binary people? It is all confusion, garbage to confuse humans and corrupt us. Trying to promote the idea of genderless or two genders or anything that is opposite of what our creator intended. Like, even you at a soul level are either a male soul or a female soul. So that's the truth of the matter. God doesn't allow a male soul to enter a female body or vice versa. He would be cursing us with gender dysphoria. Like, that's one of the reasons why inversion is so high the it's really high on the priority list. Say it's a corruptor, but it's like, it's something that God doesn't allow to happen in this realm, right? So they try to do the exact opposite. Yeah, there are occultic truths in the whole concept of, you know, they try to label aggressive energy as masculine or male and compassionate energy or whatever as feminine, right? Like anybody can have both of those within one body. So they try to confuse the issue with all of that. But at the same time, have you not seen a mama bear? Because nobody's out here warning people about papa bears, right? They warn you about mama bears. If you get near her cub, she will tear you to shreds. So the whole concept of aggression being a male thing, in my mind, is absolutely bogus. Like, especially since I am like that mama bear. I even, when I'm just talking to you, not even in a situation with a child, I could get really fired up and kind of scary. Yeah. Astronaut masons and their green screens, yes. Like I was saying earlier, I don't really blame the masons anymore. I think that they are just one of many groups that have been infiltrated and corrupted, and not all inverts have taken a Masonic oath, so it's like you're leaving some of the inverts out when we just blame the masons. But obviously the masons have been infiltrated and corrupted and used at a very high level to create all of this madness around us, right? But it's kind of like they can't point at the inverts, right? They have to have some other group to point at. So they have tons of other groups, the Jesuits, the Freemasons, this or that. It's like, when it comes down to it, it's inverts versus real humans. That's the reality that we're in. I tried marriage twice as Plaid Panther with my fellow American women, had a couple more fiancés to that effect, and then some. Done at 35, retired now. Not romantic times these days. Definitely not. Unfortunately, the whole concept of being with somebody and actually growing in love and growing as a person together and staying together for life, right, is foreign to this hookup culture that we have, right? They want you to swipe left or right to hook up with random people, and promoting that marriage is a ball and chain. And on top of the fact that all of the other programming to make males and females the worst versions of ourselves possible, it's like the whole idea of a marriage is like, this is just a train wreck waiting to happen, right? You really need to find someone that you believe the same things and you're both wanting to become the best versions of yourself possible and get over the, work through the programming to get to a place where you are the best version of yourself possible, right? And that's the kind of person that I'm looking for, right? I don't want somebody that doesn't care about the same things that I care about. Like I said before, relationships are hard enough when you don't believe the same things, let alone can you imagine having children with a globe-tard? And the child is getting confused by their globe-tarded parent, and that would just drive me nuts. I would not be able to handle that. Couldn't do it. Full White says, but what do they gain out of confusing us? Well, Satan is contracted to corrupt, so he needs to corrupt us in general, and you're not going to be going to try to chop your penis off if you're not confused and corrupted. And even more than just corruption, they kind of have a spiteful energy towards humans and wants to make us into clowns so that they can laugh at us. Especially these other species that existed before humans that see themselves as superior to humans. They have kind of been pushed aside. They've had to go behind the curtain, so to speak, to not be seen, in order that humans are center stage. And there is obviously going to be some spiteful and jealous issues going along with that. Hopefully you can understand. It's pretty simple. Okay. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of stuff going here. I really had doing the marriage thing, just FYI, 2 times over. Yeah. I definitely understand that. Finding the right partner in this, at this point, I think that the best bet for anybody is just to work on fully awakening first, right? If you get into a relationship and you're not fully awoke, if there are still lies that need to be uncovered and previous preconceptions and programming that needs to be worked through. If you rush into a relationship, you're risking that relationship because you're not on steady ground. Your foundation isn't based on truth. So at this point, I suggest people to just hold off on rushing into relationships. Obviously, work on yourself, becoming better, and try to awaken and find the truth of our reality in whatever subjects are left that you haven't questioned yet. The controllers have games and rituals that make fun of us. They love to degrade and make fun. Yes. Well, they also degrade and make fun of each other. The whole concept of the Satanists like consuming feces and semen and urine and all of these like really degrading activities. And now they're trying to get humans to participate as well. So, yeah. The whole act of like birthing a little boy and then putting him in a dress is degrading. And then, there's such a sodomy issue going along in these circles as well. Just like constantly about degrading, crushing them down, turning them into an animal, right? Expat Man says that Marina Abramovic or whatever, yes. A man in a dress who has done a lot of evil. The powers that be know that karma is real, and they continue to do evil as long as it is able to be justified. They're not going to be, the majority of them aren't going to be going out and doing stuff that is evil that they're going to have consequences for, right? So they'll wait for a situation to arise where, that human over there just went and killed a cow, did whatever, and now they can go and torture that human. They have so much energy that they're allowed to, negative energy that they're allowed to pay back that human for the evil that they have done. And as humans start to purify, that justification goes away. So I've said before, if only half of humanity would go vegan right now, the New World Order would stop in its tracks and we can have a golden age. Like, they're doing what they're doing. They're enslaving us based on the enslavement of every other species that humanity does. Don't open that cake for a while. That guy that came up to me earlier in my chat was like standing over here behind the camera creeping on me. I thought he was going to come and say hi again. Expat Man says, why can't God just step in? Like, come on, Big G, do your thing and throw us a solid one. Well, it's not that he cannot step in, but he allows it free will. And personally, if he came and stole my thunder, I would be a little bit upset. Just messing. But honestly, if I was him, I probably would have pulled the plug a long time ago because he has to sit here and look at his creation. Like, dudes putting on dresses, little children being sodomized, like all of his evil. Now I understand the bigger picture of why he allows this stuff to happen, and that ultimately it's not even exactly him that wants this situation. Not once, but Sophia is all physical matter, and she is seeking wisdom. So ultimately, she is, the reason that he is allowing free will. She is seeking wisdom, and there's not much wisdom that you can gain in a Garden of Eden lifestyle. You need to have this free will to see if the creation is going to be corrupt or purified. And unfortunately, we have failed. Like, we have allowed corruption to take over, and now we're in the situation that we're in. Exactly, X-Patman. Cool White says, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think if you take YouTube more seriously, you will get more famous, because I feel like you are pretty smart and actually attractive. I don't not take YouTube seriously, so I'm not sure what you mean, but I used to make big production videos, but it's not my focus. I'd rather have this live chat where I can talk to people, and I don't see myself getting famous by popular demand when the world is full of humans that have no clue which way is up and are completely, demon possessed and not ready for the truth. I have extremely unpopular truths to speak, and it's not like the flocks are gathering. Plaid Panther says, where did you come up at these ideas about Sophia? I first found out about Sophia, ironically, thanks to Lilith, who pointed out that she is mentioned in Proverbs 8 that she was with Yah before he crafted the earth. Finding her is more precious than silver and gold. The original Trinity was this Father, Mother, and Child. The Essenes talk about this as well. I semi-recently read the Essene Gospel of Peace, Book 1, and it talks about the mother and her angels and how she is against Satan, and how, you know, we can enter into this Trinity with our earthly mother and our heavenly Father, and us being the child, and that is like kind of stepping into our power and our purpose of why we are here, and that's really exciting. Pod Panther says, "For white, yo, Anon has been with us for years. She is an OG YouTube truther." Thank you, I appreciate that. I definitely could spend more hours doing editing and all this stuff, but again, I rather have this live interaction. Lyle says, "I love the Essenes." Me too, dude. My life was changed by the Essene teachings. The only downfall is the only corruption really that I've come across is the enema nonsense. The name of the Essenes book that I'm talking about is the Essene Gospel of Peace, book 1, and you can find it on my channel if you want. I talk about the various corruptions in it, which is, like I said, enemas. There's no reason to ever put anything up your bum, especially as a male. Like, men were not created to be penetrated, and just nothing. No colonoscopies, no prostate exams, nothing. Don't let people put things up your butt, okay? Like, please. It's extremely corrupting, and it's embarrassing to your soul at a core level. Like, anyways. Boy says that there is good people. I believe the majority are good, but social media misleading us to think that the majority are pro-LGBT agenda. Do you agree? It depends what you say is good, because unfortunately, you know, a baby comes out perfectly, and it's not going to say bacon at a pig, but when that baby grows up and becomes an adult, their empathy is lacking. It's just like, I see goodness in humans in children, mainly, and that's really sad. That I've talked to, it's like they don't give a crap about anybody but themselves. They certainly don't care about the innocent animals that they eat. You know, I do hold out for hope for humanity to change and reconnect with the God-given qualities that we're supposed to have of compassion and empathy and protection of the innocent rather than preying on the innocent. But at this point in time, it's like, it's a struggle to find the light in humans other than children. Black Panther, yes, exactly. And on a take us on things out and always speaks her mind, yes. Sometimes more than others, but I'm very opinionated, and that's just who I am. It's not going to change, and anybody who wants to, you know, walk along the path with me is going to have to accept who I am. I think it's our responsibility to stand up against these evil agendas and the confusion in the world. Like, those of us who see things clearly should be standing up to all of the confusion and the darkness. Like, no, you are not born in the wrong body. Going down that path is not going to make you happy, especially when you come home without your penis. Like, whoa, slam on the brakes. Let's sit down and talk about this for a little bit and the confusion that you're feeling, because I, for one, am not going to fuel the confusion or feed into it. I'm going to try to get you to stop being a clown as much as I can. X-Patman says, I'm wondering if the colonoscopy thing is a scam now. They want me to go get one at 45. Please do not. They're actually... they can cause damage in there and actually cause the problems, right? Like, that's what they're, just don't do it, please, please. I try to warn guys, like, I don't even have the words to say. They want to try to make sure that every man is sodomized before he leaves here, just to turn him into a clown. It's very, very tragic. How many, you know, people's dads, it's just like, oh, I don't even want to think about it. It's awful. Welcome to Sophia. I'm just laying on the horn. Kyle says detox with a fruit. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fruit, being a fruitarian and only consuming raw urban fruit bearing seed like we're supposed to, and obviously fasting is gonna bring about that change when you stop putting junk in so your body can finally deal with the environment that you've already created and start to clean that up. The terrain is very important. If the terrain is dirty, then any of these germs, any of these viruses that they send out will have a breeding ground, right? They're going to have an environment that they can thrive in. If your terrain is pure, then your body is going to be working properly and you'll fight off any diseases, any viruses, any cancers, and you're not going to have any issues. So it's both germ and terrain theory that are both partially true, and both things matter, right? They want us to pick one or the other, and that's just not it. Plaid Panther, I agree. Tell them they can go pound sand. They make money off of making humans into clowns and have no idea anything about natural healing, so. We're gonna walk around for a little bit longer. Hi Lauren K, how's it going? Just playing some. You are a beast. You're doing all this by yourself. Out here having to.
This is not love's my way. It's a new world, and I follow where my mind is to.
Spraying down this. Tempted to run over and run through the water. There's a nice mist coming over here. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate it. It's been a fun day. Full white, are you pro-abortion in case of rape? No, not rape nor ectopic pregnancy. I'm completely 100% against abortion in any case. See another unpopular opinion, but somebody raping you doesn't give you the justification to go kill another being, especially an innocent being. If you want to go kill the guy that raped you, that's a different story. My maternal instincts overpower all of this other programming. Thank you, Floyd. I appreciate that.
Mr. Dave Wallace on drums.
Woo! And I've been charging it this whole time. It's ridiculous. Plaid Panther, I'm not sure what grape argument. Oh, rape. Okay. I was gonna say, grape argument. What's grape? How did I become like what? I'm not really sure what you mean. Everything that I've gone through in life has got me to this point, but I think that I'm mainly connecting with my soul. My soul comes here to do what I do, and these values go to a soul level. I agree, Plaid Panther.
So swallow your tears, my love, and hold on your face. And never get
about the rape thing, the elephant in the room is that people don't want to talk about how that emotional trauma goes with women throughout their lives, right? We're taught that we're shown this abortion culture where supposed women, right? These are actually men pretending to be women on stage, you know, celebrating their abortion. It's like, first of all, you can't even get pregnant in the first place, so shut up. They really make me mad. But anyways, they promote this whole abortion pride agenda, right? And they're trying to get real women to jump on the bandwagon. They use these extreme situations like rape and all this stuff to basically try to get women to fight for abortion. And even further, they use these disgusting words like fetus, which, no coincidence, sounds like feed us, right? Human DNA being found in McKid burgers. You're eating your own children. Yeah. They tried to emotionally detach us from the growing child inside by using these words. So
this little song is called Sanctuary, and I think we all need something to find sanctuary in.
Oh. Boyd says, I agree with most of the things that you say, but can't go vegan. I'm sorry to hear that. Vegan is the only moral diet. Kyle, my battery is just holding at 7. It's actually at 5%, and it's literally plugged in, and it went from 7% to 5%. Thank you for stopping by, Jane. I appreciate it. And no, I don't mean birthing people. I mean real women. I don't like this whole birthing people thing. Like, I don't do the pronoun confusion either. I'm going to call you what you are, even if you are an invert. Take the risk, but Full White said, did you lose most of your friends because of your ideas? Honestly, going through life, my parents never really had friends. They had each other, so that's always really been my focus, is to basically find a man and have babies, and focus on my children. So I really haven't spent too much time investing in friendships. Especially before being a truther. Nowadays, as a truther, I love connecting with people that are like-minded. But yeah, I don't really have any friends from before. I always say that caskets don't come with bunk beds, so I'm really not concerned about having friends that much. I'd rather be on the other side, knowing that I stood for truth rather than I had a bunch of friends. And the friends that you have, usually the quality of those friends goes down. I'd rather have one or two really good friends, especially my standard of actual friends is not what the world is, right? I want someone that's gonna be pure, that's gonna want to hold me accountable to being a pure person, right? Not the world that we have today where friends don't hold each other accountable and, just want to go out and get trashed and stuff. It's just not my thing. Lyle said says rape and mother at risk, both around 1%. Yeah. Definitely agree. They use it as such a justification to continue when I personally believe that the body even reacts differently in the cases of rape, and that rape pregnancies are very, very, very rare. There's no like-minded here in New Jersey. I'm sorry to hear that, expat man. It's hard to find people in real life that believe the same thing. Try to walk away is like really loud. Did you ever consider yourself as a woke person? I think that I am awakening, but I don't think that anybody is fully woke yet. And there's a whole agenda to demonize being woke, right? They basically try to say that if you're woke, you with all of the agendas, when in reality, when you're really awoken, you go completely against them. So yeah, the whole demonization of the woke thing is just another inversion, and an unfortunate one at that. Oh, being woke is a bad thing. Oh yeah? Well, you think that being asleep is good? Well,
I hope you all found your sanctuary, or you're gonna find. Check, check.
Poor child being fed completely just... Gosh, this is horrible. Huge bat. Oh no! Ah!